Hi everyone, this is Killshot 99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live Burning Bay Level Up event. It is Saturday. It is earlier. I know we said we were going to do this at about 2 o'clock, but I really wanted to jump into it. Maybe hour and a half, let you guys continue on with your day. Of course, you know, we got a big pack opening event tomorrow. A lot of fun last night. The raid was good, and let me just say, many of you guys needed that raid. Some of you are still short, but I think most are going to be within striking distance. I think a couple of you guys are going to be very, very pleased at the overall success of the raid last night. A couple of you guys are just a couple thousand short. The raid made the difference. I'm going to kind of explain a little. I'm not going to go into every intricacy of how much each item is worth that you use, the bonus XP. Let me say it's very extensive in going through the item calculation that we go through. So to give you kind of an overview of what you can expect, in most cases, each of the chapters is going to provide just enough experience if you do everything right to level up. So for example, to go from one chapter to the next, chapter 6 to 7, Burning Bay, when we finished that, there was a overall experience point pool of 32,000. So when you guys leveled up the last time, 32 was the cutoff. So 64 was the cutoff. So what happened was there was a pool of 32,000 with all the bosses. Now we know that you guys didn't kill all the bosses. But you also, we calculate the items used. We calculate your Lotus Rings, other items, and also XP potions, elixirs, etc. So hopefully that gives you at least an understanding of what we're working on here. I want to remind you guys when we started with Burning Bay. So this is a little bit of a recap of what you did and what you didn't do. So first night, Kenny and Stubble, there's an overall experience point pool. You guys got a percentage of that. Then we went to Gus, past Blackbeard. Overall, you got a percentage of that. Then we got Ann, Graybeard, Blackbeard. This was actually one of the better fights that you guys had. You got a higher percentage of this fight, and a lot of you guys got a nice kicker with it because of the bonuses, the Lotus Ring, the grenades, potions, smokes, heals, decision-making. All of those things get wrapped in to your overall experience. However, because some people missed a day or two, we added Neptune, Blackbeard, and Sue. And again, even though you guys didn't take Blackbeard down, for most, Neptune and Sue was enough to get you there. And what's kind of cool about this is when we look at the overall totals of where you guys ended and what you need, I mean, there it is, right? We've done this multiple times. So you guys know that some of you guys were at 32, some were at 35, some were at 37. Some of you guys are sitting on 8, 9, 10, 15,000 worth of experience points in potions. And the good news is for many of you didn't even need them. So I'm going to go through a quick recap. Once you guys check in, this will be 4 or 5 minutes. The sooner we get through it, the sooner some of you can lay out in the sun, some can hit the boat, some can hit the pool, some can do yard work, whatever we got going on. And we're going to be back probably around 1 o'clock tomorrow, and we're going to do a pretty cool pack opening. There will be legends in those packs. There's also, I've gotten a request. Believe it or not, I'm getting a request for Blue Sparks all of a sudden. Funny how that works, right? You figure it out, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, we used our Blue Sparks, we got to get more. But there's some hidden power. I would strongly recommend that you guys go back and review some of the items that are in your inventory, because you're going to find some plays, you're going to find some combos, you're going to find some moves that you've overlooked for a long period of time. How many people here, raise your hand, if you've heard me say for months that you're going to figure out how powerful sparks are eventually. And I think it's just been one of those things like, yeah, you know, whenever it gets there. Now, there are other items that have the same You're not getting Viagra smoke. I could say so many things, but since I don't allow you to type it, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to message you. You know what? I'm going to message you my sarcastic comebacks, so it just doesn't come across and thousands of people watch. So let's. Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. All right. Once again, it's going to be kind of a revolving door. People are going to pop in. Did you guys all see the tribute video that I put up on Facebook just a little bit ago? I think it's super cool. And many of you started the game late, but that tribute video I put up a little bit ago is only the first 2 chapters. It's mind-blowing to me to go back and see like all the content, all the experiences that you guys have been a part of, starting with the asylum. But yeah, that video only had the asylum and Crowley's farm, and I was looking back, I was like, oh my God, there's so much content just in those first 2 chapters. And then, Crypts and Catacombs, one of my favorite, Crypts and Catacombs. I think part of the reason why, and it's not that Crypts and Catacombs was better, it's really one of the first ones that a good majority of the content had MP4s mixed in with it. So that transition was a big, big transition. And then, of course, what we're doing now just has a lot more detail, mechanics, boss fights, the items. Really, really cool. So, who is here, ready to go, ready to level up? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to run through where you were, where you're at, what you need to use, if anything. And Kel, look at Kel. Hopefully it's graduation day for us. It is. There's a couple people it's not. I got to be honest. Not everybody's on the same scale. And there were some of you that are here every single week. And look, I'm not knocking the people that need to take a week off. Certainly, the game is going to allow you to get a break every once in a while and then ramp back up. But I will say, some of you that were here, you're talking about 26,000 experience points that you racked up. So, Kel, I agree and appreciate that. Kel, where are we at for the event tomorrow? About 12 boxes? We're going to cap it at 30, just so you guys know. We're not going one box over 30. So whatever is super chatted today and tomorrow morning, that's it. And then we're only going to do, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to have tomorrow and we're going to have next Sunday, and that's the only box opening event. Now, we might add some sparks to some bundles. There's been some really good gear in the bundles, but the packs are it's certainly a different experience with the weapons and also with the items. And I think, some of you guys hitting ATT 15 today, that's going to be a big, big move. All right, so that's where we're at today and tomorrow. There's 18 boxes left. Once those go, they are gone. And it's probably going to be about a 3-hour event tomorrow. All right. Bloodfish, you were here super, super early. I think you're one of the first people in chat. So I'm going to start with you. I'll tell you what you need. From experience points, you need nothing. So Bloodfish, you finished out. You were level 6 coming into Burning Bay. You were at 37,175. Because of the raid. The raid was a nice boost for you guys. You guys didn't get all the 8,000, but you got a good piece of it. So I've got you at 26K items and extra decisions, elixirs, potions, We added an extra 3,000 to it. 29K puts you at 66,175. And that levels you up without even using a single potion. The threshold was 64,000. Now, as you guys can see, the island is going to have 61,000 potential experience points available, because I take it from 64 and what it takes to level up the next time and subtract that, and that means experience points is scaling up. Now, I'm not going to go through what everybody has. I see you, Jim. Thank you for that. Going to be some great items tomorrow. But 61,000. And then you can see there's a pretty big hurdle going from level 8 to level 9. So as it scales up, once again, I'm not going to, some of you will be using them. But there are a couple of people that have over 15,000 worth of experience points in potions. So, and again, I don't have everybody's, let me give the two part to this before I level up Bloodfish's ATT. So just because you guys are going to level 7 does not mean you're going to ATT 15. Because again, your ATT is 6. You go to level 7, that puts you at ATT 13. Now, you guys can look through your inventory. To go from 13 to 14, we'll talk about base. We're going to talk about threads. All you need to raise your first ATT is one of each bionic part. Bionic hand, bionic elbow, bionic shoulder, bionic foot. Now, we changed to add bionic wildcards. So instead of one of each of those, all you need is 4 wildcards. So 4 wildcards gets you your first ATT now. But where it's become interesting for some, I see you, Trigger, picking up a box for tomorrow. Thank you so much. Where it gets interesting is now you need 5 of each of those bionic pieces. Because we don't do the bionic pieces, that means 20 wild cards or a few bionic pieces and then the difference in wild cards. But you also need 5 of each thread. Now, if you have that second tier, meaning, and you're level 7 today. So if you go from level 6 to level 7, your ATT is 13. 6 base, 1 for each level, 13. Then you add 1 of each wild card. That puts you at 14. Then if you've collected the threads and 20 wild cards, now you will be ATT 15. I know most of you understand it, but it does bear, it's important to mention it every time we do a stream. Because I'll have people say, no kills, I'm ATT 8. But you're not. You're 6 plus how many levels you are if you've leveled every time, plus the wild cards and the threads. And I will be streaming live with Gabe. Gabe, come here. Come here. Come here, Gabby. Come here. Come here. Come here. Gabby, 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 come here. Hi. Hi. She wants to talk so bad. Come here, Gabby. It is nap time. So one of the things that we did the other night that I think we got a lot of good feedback on is when we did the tutorial and the walkthrough. And there were a lot of questions that were asked, a lot of what ifs. What if I do this? What if I do that? And I think it helped everybody get a bigger understanding of the game. And look, not every question that has been asked has been answered yet. There's still some scenarios to where We don't know. I mean, we haven't ran into every possible situation of every PvP or every match. So there is going to be some gray area, and we're going to make the right rule for the right time that positively impacts the game. And sometimes that might not positively impact you personally. But for the overview of the game, the importance that I have right now is making sure that the game is relevant, that it adapts to the items, the gameplay, the strategy. You guys are quick. You guys are good gamers, and I always have to take a look to make sure that either we're nerfing items. Sometimes I'm going to take an item that's way too powerful if it's bad for the game, and we're going to modify that. But in most cases, we've added additional balances and counterbalances. So just want to address that so there's a good understanding of ATT. The other thing I've tried to do is put either threads in boss fights or threads and wild cards and bundles, just so you guys are always having the opportunity to grow your character. Now, there's also one more big misunderstanding with bionics. There's 3 phases of bionics, okay? There's bionics that raise your ATT. There's bionics that raise your base life, which are the torsos. And there's bionics that raise your damage, which are the bionic hammers and the bionic axes. So there's 3 things working at once. And think of it like this. One group enhances your skill. One group enhances your toughness and your ability to take a hit. And one enhances the power and how hard you hit. So there's some classes that as you level, you're never going to level your damage. That's what those bionics are for. There's other classes that are going to level their base, and they level their damage, they never level their base. So it gives us a good, broad understanding of how the game and you can continue to grow as a character. Okay, so we do know, and I'm not going through your inventory, so I'm asking you guys to know your inventory right now. Most are good on ATT potions. I can double check if I need to. I can split screen or check it out. So Bloodfish, you are going from level 6 to level 7 without a single potion being used. So your new experience points is 66,175. Now, if you want to use XP potions, you certainly can, if you don't want to carry them around. But if you're not going to use the potions, then we need to use ATT potions to get you up to 100%. So, like I said, I have not pulled up... actually, you know what? I think I will. And I'll just... I'm going to pull up all the ATT potions and have it on screen just in case somebody asks how many they have. Because we got several different types at this point. All right, so we got 10s, 15s, and we got 20s. And we need a combination, Bloodfish, of 95 or higher. So I've got you with 2 ATT 10s and 1 15. So, yep, there you go. He typed it as I was looking it up. So 2 10s and 1 ATT 15. All right, so congratulations to Bloodfish. He is now level 7, everybody. First level 7 player in PDL history. And I have not I've not looked to see how many threads he has. I think he has the bionics and also the threads, which would put him at ATT 15. That would be 6 plus 7 is 13 plus 2 waves of ATT threads. Now you guys know the third set of threads is a little bit harder to collect because then you got to add the neuro and also the brain. So a little bit more work. So Bloodfish is ATT 15 level 7, everybody. Now, if you guys can see the screen over on the left, remember, he also raises his faith. So at level 7, that means he's raised his health 7 points. So you guys know you start with a total base of 5. 5 plus 7 makes his base 12, and he's not reflecting, but mitigating 7 points of damage. So when you guys see some of these battles and you're getting hit by percentages, and why do some people get hit harder than other people, priests have the ability to mitigate some of that damage. And I've seen a couple more people jumped in with reserving boxes for tomorrow. We got Animal, half box, and we also got Anthony picking up box number 4. Box number 4 for the Emperor tomorrow. So he's ready to rock and roll. And after Emperor levels up today, you're going to be wearing some of those items pretty well, Anthony. So appreciate that. And if you guys have picked up boxes, I think that's about 16 so far, so more than half. Just message Kel. Get the box number reserved. I will not see those numbers until it is time to open them. So Kel handles all that behind the scenes, and then as we start, she'll shoot those numbers over. So I have no knowledge of what you guys are picking up, what you're getting, who gets what box. The items will be randomized in there, and then bam, you guys get what you get, and there's going to be some good stuff in there. All right, Bloodfish, congratulations. Let's get the next person leveled up. We're going to go through this level up, I think, in another hour or so. I'll answer a few questions, and then we're going to start to get an early jump on our day. So who else was here really early? If you're one of the first people that typed in chat, so I want to the people that were here first, if you're one of the first people to type, then let me know. Ocean Man, I know you were here super, super early. So let me go over to Ray. And Ocean Man, I have got you. You came in at 34,405. And very active between all 4 raids, items used, little less than Bloodfish, and the extra incentive for leadership and the rings a little less as well. Nonetheless, you still had a very, very strong showing. I've got you at 62,905. So I've got you a little bit short. But keep in mind, you guys have gotten some potion rewards over the last couple weeks as well. So Ocean Man, I think you might have in the neighborhood of 4,000. So if you want to double check your inventory, I'm going to add, give me 1 second, because I'm going to pull up all the potions as well, not just the ATT. So Ray, I know you got some, let me double check here, give me 1 second. Yeah, Ray, I've got you at 4,000, and I appreciate that, Bloodfish. I'm not going to be super, super sentimental, but I'll tell you, when I'm going back through the Asylum and Crowley's Farm and some of the conversations inside, it's just really neat to see where we started out in September of last year, and then how each chapter and the organization and the partnership and how you guys, you lose together and you win together. I mean, there's been some times that I know people have logged off and are like, man, we could have done this a little bit better. But I see progress the last couple weeks. So, but certainly appreciate that. Ocean Man. So I've got you about 1,100 short. So do we want to pop the top on that 2000 XP? And that'll put you at 64,905. All right, we're going to do it. So Ocean Man is going to use his 2K XP, and we're going to take him up to 64,905. And we'll take a quick look at the ATT situation here. So I've got you with 3 ATT 20s. So we're going to need to use 2 ATT 20s. And we're good. So that is going to take Ocean Man up to level 7. So congratulations, Ray. We are 2 for 2 so far. Good start. 2 for 2, 2 players, 2 level 7s. And Ray, right now you're currently dealing the most damage, right? Because you got that strength bonus, which is +2 per level. So there's 14 extra damage that you're adding to the pool right there. All right, Mist, I think you were here pretty early as well. And once again, if you guys missed the beginning, there are several different modifiers that add to your experience. Items used is a big, big piece, but it is not the only piece. I realize not everybody has the inventory to throw 30, 40 grenades. But if you do, throwing those 30, 40 grenades do impact your experience. And that's why we need a little bit of everything. I realize also we have some people who log in and then they disappear for an hour and a half and then they show back up at the end of it. Those things take away from your experience points. Because Kel and I are going back reviewing these streams for items used, activity, decision making. So, although certainly being here is important, being involved is very important. And we've got a couple players who every single week, I'm going to tell you, one of those, Busy Bee. Busy Bee, man, she opens up the container and just starts throwing things. Trigger, Gemstone, Rocket, B-Dub. Rocket, man, she will, she sends out the pets, she sends out, so all of these things do factor in to your experience. As stated, the Lotus Ring, the double XP, the triple XP, and also the bonus XP. All right, Mist, let's see where you were at. I've had you coming in 33,385. After all 4 scenarios, items, and extra rewards, I've got you a little short. 60,885. So I've got you a little bit over 3,000 short. But again, if we pull up your inventory, I think you're sitting on about 4,000 worth of XP as well. Is that correct? That is with everything. The number I give you is everything. So, 4,000 will barely get you over the hurdle. So if we add 4,000, we're going to bring you up to 64. 885. She says burn them. So 64,885. And you want to go 3 ATT 15s or 2 ATT 20s? Either way, as long as we get over 95, it's a lock. I'd get rid of the 15s because those are going to start to scale up, even though it's a little bit of overkill. I think the best move is to go to 105%. So 3 ATT 15s puts you over 100, guarantees that you level up. So missed, we are 3 for 3, everybody. That is going to take you, and again, I've not looked to see how many threads you have, all of those things. I know for a fact you are 6 plus 7, which is 13. I know you've leveled up the wild cards at least once. So I know you're at least ATT 14. I don't know if you're ATT 15. But congratulations on the next move. You guys can check your inventories to find out how many threads, how many wild cards. We're not doing that today. So that can be done as a sidebar. You guys can review it. But third player, third level 7, congratulations. And who do we have next? I think, Jim, I think you were here pretty early too, right? Just looking at chat, I had Ocean Man, Mist, Bloodfish. I think Jim was next. All right, so Jim, yours is pretty easy. And we both know you got a good allotment of XP potions. Now, the good news is you don't need to use any of them. So those can, now if you want to use them all, you can use them all, but I've got you at, you came in at 37,625. And after new experience, items, extras, all of the above, I've got you at 67,125. So no need to do anything. You're already over that. You can bank the experience points potions just in case you get to the island and maybe you guys struggle a little bit. You might need that extra boost. But you're in a pretty good spot. 67,125. Takes you to level 7. And from ATT, you're in a pretty good spot with ATT potions as well. No need to go through those, but you want to use 3 15s? All right, so 3 ATT 15s. And that's all we need to do. So Jim is level 7. I know she's ATT 15. And Jim is not too far off from being ATT 16. Still a little bit. I mean, it takes work. Some of you guys have been working on this for a couple of months. Jim is probably one of the closer to ATT 16. But it's kind of like when you're in a boss fight, right? And I say, well, the boss is injured. Well, Jim is getting closer, but not so close is going to happen tomorrow. Still a little bit more work. But by the time Jim goes to ATT 16, she might be going ATT 17. So it might be within the next few weeks. I haven't looked through to see exactly where you're at. I know you, Gina, Bonnie are close-ish, but not that close. You still got a little bit to go. But you 3 are the closest to get to 16. And look, I haven't reviewed it in a week, so you might be a little bit closer than I'm even saying. So check it out, but see how many threads, neurothread, bionic brains, all of the above that get added together in order to get that next ATT. All right, who did we have in chat? So congratulations, Jim. Good job. Everybody who's been here, enjoy your Saturday. All right, and I'm going by who typed when they came in. So I think I've got... Bones, I think you were next, right? All right, we're going to go to Amy. Amy, again, pretty straightforward. These will go fast, everybody. Be patient. Amy, I had you at 37,035. Experience points, items, extras, all added together. I've got you at 66,035. So again, no need to burn any XP potions. You're in good shape. You know where you stand as far as your ATT. I'm not reviewing that today. I'll review it with you guys on a one-off. And you've got 3 ATT 15. So I'd say burn the 3 ATT 15s. Let's get them out of inventory. And that will take you to level 7. And those of you that are waiting to go, just look at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Focus, brawn, strength, intelligence, guile, agility, faith. When you level up, that's what you get for each level. So Amy, where it says intelligence, she added 1 damage and 1 health. So right now she's level 7. That means she gets 7 additional base health as a medic. And she gets 7 additional damage. So not including her bionics, she's dealing 8 damage and she has 12 health. Then you start adding the torso, you start adding the hammers. That's how you really scale and become a complete character. So congratulations, Amy. We got another level 7 on the board. So Mist, Ocean Man, Jim, Bloodfish, and Amy. We're 5 for 5, everybody. All right, scrolling up. Who was on next? After Amy, I think we had... I got to scroll way up and see who was on. I think we had Animal and then Deadly Dimes. All right. And I'm going to ask for a little bit of help with the factions so we can keep this rolling. So, Joe, you were level 5. You had 18,250 coming into Burning Bay. So, with your new experience, with items used, participation, I've got you going from 18,000 to 39,250. So that will take you from level 5 to level 6. So you level up as well. You got a late start, so you're still a little behind the group, understandably, right? And Joe, I'm going to recommend that you use 2 ATT 20s. So 2 ATT 20s is going to level up your ATT. So what that means is you're level 6, your base is 6, so your ATT is 12. Now, if you've collected 4 wild cards, your ATT is 13. If you've collected 20 wild cards and 5 of each thread, then your ATT would be 14. But I know you're at least ATT 12. So congratulations to the animal. Your new experience points total, Joe, is 39250. So we took 2 ATT 20s. You don't need to use any of your XP potions. The reason you don't need to use your XP potions is because you don't have 25,000 worth of XP. If you did, if you had like 25 1,000 XP potions, we'd use them all and we'd raise you up to level 7. So little by little, you might pick up some XP potions tomorrow, but eventually you'll be able to catch up. I think the Emperor might catch up tomorrow because he's got 4 boxes on reserve. So if he picks up some XP potions in that, that's going to give him a nice little boost, right? So little by little, you'll start to get with the rest of the group. But we got Amy at 7, Bloodfish at 7, Jim at 7, Mist at 7, Ocean Man at 7, and Animal goes from 5 to 6. So congratulations, Animal. You're getting in the mix, man. You are getting there. All right. I think we got Deadly Dimes next. Deadly Dimes, are you in the house? Making great time, everybody. So, and once again, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Get with Kel if you want to get boxes for tomorrow. It does appear we're up to about 17 or 18 already. I think we started with 12. Looks like since we've been doing a stream, we've already sold maybe 4 or 5. So we're at 16 or 17. Another 13 boxes to go for tomorrow. Once they're gone, we're locking it down at 30. You will not be able to pick up boxes until next Sunday, July 5th, after tomorrow. All right, so Dimes. Looking up, let me pull up your inventory as well. I know you got it, but I want to have it on screen when we get to the ATTs. So Dimes, pretty straightforward. Again, you don't need to use any XP potions. This raid helped a lot of you guys. If it weren't for this raid last night, Dimes, Ocean Man, a couple of you guys would have been short. And you would have been digging into your XP potions. But Dimes, because of the raid, I got you at 65,715, which is over 64K. You don't need to use any experience point potions either. So you can keep those in your inventory. 65,715 is the total. Good damage, good item usage, exceptional leadership. I am going to, as your factions level. Okay, well, I kind of let the spoiler out of the bag. I'll wait. I want to wait till Friday to give you some of the details. But at level 1, everybody in your faction is going to get a 5% experience point bonus. So faction level 1, I'm not going to go through what all the levels do, but this is why you want to be involved in a faction, and this is why you want to level up your faction. So first faction to get there is going to start getting an extra 5% experience. So you want all of your people to show up on Friday night. If that's Vox, if it's Sly. Now, if you don't show up, you don't get it. So you got to participate. But as you guys level up your faction, and we're going to see some relics tomorrow. So there'll be some boosts tomorrow. But you get to level 1, that's an extra 5% tacked onto your experience. It's less potions you have to use. It just helps out overall. And then level 2 will be a different bonus. Level 3 will be a different bonus. So we want to level these factions up, and you want to be very, very active in your factions. So after tomorrow's pack opening, I'll have more information. But some of you guys might be getting close to, you'll be over halfway there, I think, after tomorrow. And there will be more faction events, especially this coming up Friday. There'll be a few extra rewards. All right, so dimes. I would say same thing. I'd say burn the 15s. Start to go through your ATT 15s. I mean, certainly you can piece it together differently, but the ATT 15s are going to be less available, and the 20s are going to be more available. So I would say my advice would be burn 3 of the ATT 15s and move that ATT up to ATT 15. All right, so Dime's going to go 3 ATT 15s. And Tammy, that takes you to level 7. 7 plus 6 is 13, and I know you leveled your ATT 2 times. Congratulations. You are now ATT 15. Means there might be some tier gear, new weapons, and also PvP gear. Congratulations. All right, who do we have after Dimes? My chat only goes up so far. All right, Julia, we'll take care of yours real quick because I know Julia's got a pretty busy day. So, Julia Muse, I'm going to read through some numbers. We're going to make this quick. If you guys remember, Julia had used some potions, some extra potions, at the end of the last level up event. So she was actually pretty high. She was sitting on 37,900. So she was already about 5,000, 6,000 to the good. So Julia, I've got you at 67,400. Pretty easy. No potions needed. 67,400. I know you still got a couple extra potions. We don't even need to burn them. And I'm going to say with you, instead of the 15s, let's use 2 of the ATT 20s. So Julia, up to level 7. And again, I know you're ATT 15 as well, because you've leveled up your thread recently. All right, let's get the Emperor. All right, Anthony, you're going to make a pretty big jump here. The Emperor has made the largest jump of anybody. But here's the problem. This is where it gets a little bit risky with the Emperor. Done a great job of tanking. He's very active. But Anthony, I've got you at 0 ATT potions. So Anthony came in at 9,000 XP. He was level 4. He's been very active the last couple weeks, crushing experience points right there with our top players. And Anthony went from 9,000 XP to a total of 37,500. Now, that means he went from level 4 all the way up to level 6, which also means he needs 4 ATT 20 potions and he has 0. So it means he has a 60% chance of leveling up his ATT once, and then he's got a 60% chance of leveling it up again. Now, I don't know, Emperor, if you got some close contacts. Otherwise, we got to roll 60% chance and hope that we level up your ATT. And if not, we're going to end up burning some of those wild cards. And we know those wild cards are pretty important. Well, it does kind of mean that, Nixie, but what it also means, see, I guess there's two ways to look at that. Now, you could say it means he's leveled up faster than people that played at the start, or you could say because of the teamwork of the people that have played from the start, they have assisted him in leveling up faster because they've brought him in and give him the opportunity to be an asset to the group. So it certainly means both, I think, at the same time. But it's going to mean that for any new player. There's going to be a time and a point where Joe, Anthony, somebody that starts playing tomorrow, after 3 or 4 weeks, is going to be right there with everybody else. So Amy's going to throw an ATT 20 in there. So thank you, Amy. Now that's going to put him at 80%. Certainly a start. Now, Anthony, we can roll 80%, and then we can reset, and we can roll again. And if you don't make it, we'll take a look at inventory and see if you have the wild cards to level up. I mean, I certainly hate burning the wild cards for leveling up ATT. Kel, going to throw an ATT 15. Appreciate that, Kel. Angel, you're going to need 2 ATT 20s. Because you're going to level up one time, so ATT 20. But, yeah, certainly you could spare an ATT 15 trigger. And Gemstone as well. All right, so Gemstone has an ATT 20, Anthony. Trigger has an ATT 15. So Kel and Trigger, that gets you up one level. Gem, that puts you at 80%. And Moonshot, if Moonshot throws in a 15, that will do it. So Jason, Trigger, Kel, and Jim, thank you so much. And I'm going to tell you guys, Anthony, Dow, Flyrod, and Tommy, those guys, every match, they're trying to jump to the forefront, taking some damage. And they went through some death as well. But they know their responsibility. They know the role as a tank. And yep. All right, yeah, we're good. So Amy, ATT 20, Jim, ATT 20. That raised him one level. Kel, Trigger, and Moonshot, that raised him the other. So, perfect. Congratulations. Anthony, you are now 37,500. Still a little bit behind the animal. But you jumped from level 4 to level 6. Your ATT goes from, you have a base of 6, level 6, which puts you at ATT 12. So you certainly can wear some tier gear. And if you have the wild cards and the threads, you might be able to go to ATT 14 before too long. So, good job, congratulations, and welcome. And I want to give a shout out though to some of the late arrivers. You know, Animal shows up throwing grenades right there side by side with the rest of the group. So Joe, I don't want this to be glossed over. Joe gets off of work on a Friday night and shows up about 10 o'clock and jumps in the stream and starts pulling the pin, throwing grenades to help the group win. So I want to give a shout out to you, Animal. And also to Dow and also to Anthony. They were late starters with the game, but they are jumping in there. They're very active in their factions. They're asking questions. They're trying to learn. And same thing, they are toe-to-toe trying to get gear, glyphs, gems, all of those things to take some of the stress off of the entire group so you guys can continue to advance. And certainly, tanking is not the most fun job. You know you're up there taking a beating most of the time. And Anthony and Dow are the two lesser geared tanks compared to Flyrod and Tommy. So, congratulations. And you know what? Shout out to the rest of you guys for making it easier on new players to come in. So, Anthony, your ATT that I know of is 12. Because I'm not looking at your bionics behind the scenes. I'm not going to do that for the stream today because I'm keeping the stream moving. So all I'm going to do is give you guys your base, plus your level. So your base is 6, your level 6, as far as I know, you're 12. If you've combined some things, you might be 13, you might be 14, but it's on a case-by-case basis. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. All right. Who do we have up next? And Anthony, I think you've been playing now for about 6 weeks. So, and I remember you, Joe, and Dal kind of hiding behind people. You know, Joe ducking and hiding behind Will. Dal running up there like he was a geared tank and getting smacked and dying pretty quick. And, you know, same thing for all. Everybody's kind of had their growing pains, right? All right, Trigger, you were here pretty early as well. All right, we're going to go to Trigger, and then we'll go to Football Master only because he used like 20 exclamation points. All right, Angel. Yours is pretty easy too. In fact, I think at the end of Crimson Cove, you were the experience points leader. I know you'd used several XP potions. So you were at 30,265. Now, Angel, Rocket, Gemstone, and B-Dub were the top 4 players as far as consumables used. There were a few that were right outside of that top 4. Angel, Rocket, Gem, and B-Dub had the 4 highest consumable counts used. Doesn't always mean they're doing the most damage, but it means they're doing a lot of damage. So Trigger, I've got you. You had a 6,000 point cushion. I've got you at 67,765. Very easily leveled up. Takes you from 6 to 7. And we're going to use 2 ATT 20s. So you have went from ATT, your base is 6, your level 7 makes you 13, and I'm pretty sure you've leveled your ATT twice, so I'm pretty sure you're ATT 15. That's it. Easy, right? Congratulations. All right. Football Master. If you're here, give me some exclamation points. Just a few. All right. Now, I got to tell you, some of those die rolls, when we're looking for the Football Master, are important. There was some missed time in some of those battles that would have benefited the team. So activity counts, but I will tell you, you probably were the closest person of almost not leveling up that we've ever had. You were 32,100, which means you were 100 over leveling. That means you had the furthest to go of anybody. You almost needed the full 32,000. So after we took into account experience points, items, and activity, and how many times Kill said, all right, we're missing one person's role, where's Football Master? It happened a few times. We've got you at 60,100. That's 3,900 short. I could not do the math any more perfectly than this. So you're 3,900 short of leveling up. But in reviewing your inventory, it appears you can't give away XP potions. It appears that you have 4,000 in experience points potions. Exactly 4,000. Which would mean, again, you leveled up by 100 points in consecutive level up events. Can't be any closer. Now I'm going to tell you, that is likely not going to be the case the next level up event. And I'll tell you why. You guys got a big, big hurdle on the island. You need like 64,000 to level up. So everybody's going to need to absolutely bring it this next chapter. Because there's a big, big disparity between where we're at and where you guys need to go. So Football Master, congratulations, you are level 7 by the slightest of margins. And I'm going to say you have ATT 15s, you have ATT 20s. I'm going to say you should use 3 ATT 15s as well. Go ahead and burn those and save your 20s. Hey, you know, I said this at the beginning of the broadcast. There were about 10 people that would have leveled up without the raid, and they would have had to use their potions to level up. So that level up raid was tremendous because Blackbeard has not been killed. You guys had Blackbeard in week 2, week 3, and week 4. You've had Blackbeard 3 times, and you've yet to kill him. So you guys haven't gotten experience for him a single time. But it works out. Just know he's still out there in the PDL universe somewhere. But you did get Bad Bart the chapter before. So congratulations, Football Master. All things being equal, level 7 is a good place to be. So we'll use the 3 ATTs. I know for a fact you're at least ATT 14. I don't know how close you are to 15 with the threads and the wild cards. All right. Another level 7 on the board, everybody. All right. Who do we have up next? We've got through several people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 already. We're making good times. Dow, you ready to roll? Dow's been here for a while, and Dow's on vacation. All right, Dow. Let's jump over to you and see where you're at. So Dow, very much like Animal, very much like Anthony, was a late starter. Dow, I had you at 16,000 XP coming into Burning Bay a month ago. Level 5. Participated in every raid. Items used. Extra experience. I've got you coming up to 44,000, which kind of gets you in that in-between zone. You don't need to use XP potions. You needed to be at 32,000 to get to level 6, so you're in a good spot. You're in between. Still got some ground to make up to get to 7. And let's see where you're at for ATT. Oh, boy. All right, we've got another player with no... You guys think I need to add ATT 20 potions to the box opening over the weekend tomorrow? Dow has 0. So let me see what... Julia, I'll double check. Julia, you do have a... Julia, you have an ATT 20. And Moonshot has an ATT 20. So Dow will take one from Julia, one from Moonshot. And we'll take Dow up to level 6. And that now means we've got 2 level 6 tanks. Gradually getting there. Not quite fly rod status, but they're getting there. And it'll certainly be nice to take a little bit of pressure off a fly rod. All right, but congratulations, Dow. Your new total, 44,000, and your ATT is at least 12, 6 plus 6, and then whatever you've leveled up behind the scenes, it might be 13, it might be 14. You guys know the deal. Hold tight, Valar. Somebody else might need them, so hold tight. Appreciate you guys jumping in. I love doing these events because it really shows how many of you guys are willing to jump in and help other people. Appreciate that, Joe. Joe making it a full box. So, yeah, I think we're up to 17, 18 boxes now. Kel will get out a message. So, if you guys are interested in packs tomorrow, make sure to reach out to Kel. Let her know which box number you're planning on reserving. I'm going to try to start it around 1 o'clock. But you are going to see the real first taste of island items. And they start to scale. ATT 15 weapons, armor, items. You guys saw the red wax last night. It's going to help your swords out. I've heard there's going to be some axe wax I've heard there's that sounds bad, but it's for your battle axe. I'm not going to say that fast. If I say it too fast, anyway. Yeah, they're going to be different waxes in order to apply to your weapon. I know I'm going to get tongue-tied one night, and it's going to be bad. But yes, there are items that are going to help you do more damage. Bow wax, but your weapons will be hitting harder. All right, who do we have up next? So we went through, we got Football Master, we got Dow. Who else is ready to roll? I'm not. Moon, I'm leaving it alone. And thank you so much, Gemstone. So, Jim, I'll just put those to the side, because if you lose reception, then I'll make sure that we communicate that with you. So Jim is going to volunteer to put 2 ATT-20s to the side. She's heading out to the lake. I'm going to wrap up the stream in about 30, 40 minutes, and I'm heading out to the pool. So I think everybody's going to have a good, relaxing... Like, look, we earned it. We busted our butts last night with that raid, putting it together, you guys destroying the content. I think we need to enjoy an afternoon off. So we're going to finish this stream or get our level up. We're going to put the PDL notes to the side, chill out, enjoy the evening, and then we're going to open some packs tomorrow and have a great time. So we've got... all right, Valar. Valar says she can go. Valar, yours is going to be easy too. So, Valar, I had you use some potions at the end of the last event. You were exactly at 37,000. Valar was, I mentioned that 4 a minute ago, where I said B-Dub, Rocket, Trigger, and Jim were the top 4 items used. The next, very, very close, Valar, Julia Muse. Not too far off. In fact, our top 10, not a lot separated them. The top 4 were a little bit different, but Valar, another one of the players, always either in the top 4 or just outside top 4 in items used on Friday night raids. So, just so you know, there's a lot of heat coming from a lot of different places. Valar, I've got you at 66,000 without using a single potion. So, congratulations. You are easily level 7. And all we need to do to level you up, your ATT, is we'll take 2 ATT-20s. So I'm going to get to the next person here in a second. But I do want to take a quick break. If you guys didn't see the tribute video that I put up there, I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break. And I want you to watch this video. But I want you to do something a little bit different. And then I'm going to pick the next person. I want you guys to think back to September when we were playtesting. And Bones mentioned something to me a little bit ago. She goes, I remember Diane saying, kick them in the spinach. I want you guys to remember King of the Hill. I want you guys to remember using your tire irons. And I want you guys to remember the first week in January when we kicked this off live and you guys were all level 0. And now you're level 7. And that may not sound like a lot, but those of you that started late, you missed the asylum. You missed Crowley's farm. So the only thing you really have to go on is old videos and tributes. The battles, the figuring it out, the teamwork, the groups, the splitting up groups, all of those things. And this is about a 3-minute trivia video, and it's just the first 2 chapters. That's it. That's all this is the first 2 chapters. No weapons except knives and tire irons. No armor except shirts and leather armor. And here it is, just a quick tribute video, and then we'll be right back.
You asked me to get trust in you, and I did, 'cause I had no clue. And I guess this is all you got. Oh, empty promises you forgot. So you when I needed you, you disappeared out of the blue. You even seemed to forget my name, feeling like it was a ghost or shame. Oh no, 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 no. Been acting like my best friend. You give me treason with no end. Your 2 colors have come to light, and it's now free inside. Cause you just left when I needed you. You disappeared out of the blue. You even seemed to forget my name, feeling like it was a cause for shame. Oh, oh, na, na, so you when I needed you. You disappeared out of the blue. You never seem to forget my name, feeling like I was a ghost for shame. For sure my lesson here, but the people who really care, I'm living that I won't forget. Oh, the ones that took their back on me.
Wow, a lot of stuff, right? Amazing. So, a couple people did ask me for the link to the song. So I'm going to tell you guys the artist, and this particular song is not available because I purchased the rights to several songs, and the artist's name is Anthony Lazzaro. Very, very good. Give him a shout out because he's got some other stuff that is really, really good. But certainly check him out. You can follow him on Facebook. You can check him out on some of his YouTube songs, but really, really good vocalist. He's an Italian singer that has got a nice mix. I think he's an Italian singer, currently residing in Germany. But this song is something that just kind of stood out to me. I want to use it in a couple different things. But, shout out to Anthony. Great mix. But as I said, this is not available on iTunes. This is something that's completely off limits. But check out some of his other music because I think he's incredible. But all right, so once again, I want to thank all of you guys for everything that you do. You have, there's a vision of Play Dead Live, and not everybody gets it, not everybody understands it. But it's not just the pixels, it's not just the gear, it's not just the pack openings, it's not just the bundles, it's not just the PvP. It's something that I think is a bigger social connection that there's real life emotions that go into what you guys do in a game. There's times you're mad at each other. There's times that you love each other. There's times that you're frustrated. There's times that you pause and you jump back into it. But there is a super, super awesome connection that not only with the game, but with how you guys play the game. Some people are at different levels. It's not a game that you master. It's a game that you get engulfed in. There's going to be sometimes you're good at it. There's going to be sometimes that you struggle with it. There's going to be sometimes that you get off of work and you don't have a chance to modify your gear, but you just want to hang out with the people and give it your best, because that's really what that was the premise of setting it up. We wanted to do something that bridged the gap between The Walking Dead. We had no idea what we were going to be facing with a global pandemic. And I think that, we don't talk about it a whole lot, but it is something that it's kind of our world. And it's a way for us to sort of block everything else out. And, I was mentioning to somebody the other day, we might be shopping and we might be doing things social distancing, but when you guys are playing Dead Live, you are arm in arm. You're as close as you've been. And that's what we do. So thank you for everything that you guys do. And it is super, super important to me to keep it going and to develop it. We got we're going to finish out this year, and we're going to reflect on it and see what levels we are and how much we've sort of grown together. But I think by the end of this year, we're going to have some level 10, level 11. It's going to be neat to see what new items and how the game just continues to grow. But I always want to go back and see how we kicked it off and how we started the game and where we're at right now. So, Kel, we've been through so much, so many memories in 6 months. So, no doubt about it. And once again, that's only 2 months. So, I could not put the other 4 chapters in there. There was just way too much content to go through. And, I think for me, I see so much more of it than you guys do because I don't play it. And, I see the factions grow. And I mean that from the standpoint of, give me a 999 if you guys have ever messaged me about the game, a piece of gear, a question, a rule, a comment on, hey, that's pretty twisted, a compliment. Just if you've sent me a message about the game or something regarding the game. So now I want you guys, as much as you guys enjoyed playing the game, now I want you guys to put yourself in my position and see what I see. It's pretty awesome to see how connected you guys are, and a lot of that filters through me. For better or for worse, right? Not every conversation has been a great conversation. Sometimes it's been, I don't agree with that call. I don't agree with that gear. This should have did that. But yeah, I'm pretty attached to it, and I'm pretty attached to you guys because of your connection to the game as well. And in addition to other things, I see you, B-Dub. Sleep is overrated. Oh, that's right. Oh, I started early. I forgot. Bonnie messaged me and said it was like really early. I just got off work. I'm going to sleep now. And I totally forgot. And some of you guys are on the West Coast. So yeah, we started early. So we'll try to get through where everybody can go back to sleep, but or lay out in the sun, or go to the pool, or chill on the boat. But I've said it before. Thank you guys for being a part of this game. And because it is not anything without the individual contributions and personalities of each one of you. All right. Who we got next? Somebody step up. Tell me who wants Moonshot. I think Moonshot said he'd go. Jason, yours is going to be easy. Moonshot was at 37,165. He was pretty high level. Had used some potions. So he was 5,000 ahead of the curve. Moonshot, I've got you high contribution, high involvement. You're up there in that top 10 as far as item used as well. I've got you at 66,165. So, easy. Moonshot, congratulations. You are level 7, and we'll take out a couple ATT 20s to ensure that you go up. So, and again, I'm just giving you guys your base ATT plus your levels added to them. And you guys know how many wild cards, you know how many threads you have, so on and so forth. And remember, torsos have nothing to do with ATT. Bionic hammers have nothing to do with ATT. ATT is 1 of each for your first one, 5 of each, and 5 threads for your second one. And that's how we do it. Valar, I will review it. You should be. I mean, you're 14 easily, but I'm pretty sure you're 15 because it's 20 wild cards, and if you weren't before the last bundle, I'll double check it. But if you guys have a question as far as the ATT, check out your inventory and just shoot me a quick message. And if we need to combine them, we'll combine them. I'm pretty sure you're ATT 15, though. All right. Hippo. She's like, I'll go with that. Don't put it down yet. I'll double check it. I am going to be in the pool in about an hour. So I'll have my phone, and I'll start scrolling through and actually, you know what? I don't have the software on my phone. Sorry. Never mind. I'll check it this evening. And when I check it, I'll respond. All right, Hippo, we've got you at... You had finished up... This is a pretty big jump, too. Hippo, you were at 24,000. So you were 8,000 away from going up to level 6. But you've been very active in the last 4 weeks. So you didn't jump 2 levels because obviously that's a huge jump. But you did go from 24,000 all the way up to 51,000. So Hippo, that takes you from level 5 to level 6. You don't have to use a single potion, no. Because if you look up on the board, 32,000 is your level up point. You don't level up again until you hit 64. Now, you don't have 13,000 worth of XP potions. So you're pretty comfortable at 51,000. So stay there. But what we want to do is we want to check out and see how you're standing on ATT potions. And I've got you, Hippo, I've got you with 2 ATT 15s. Now here's the thing. I'm going to ask for a volunteer to give Hippo a 3rd ATT 15. Because I just don't think it's worth risking it. He's got a 90% chance. We could roll it, and there's a 10% chance he won't get it. And then he's got to burn one of those important wild cards. So I would rather you guys go over the cap and use an ATT 15. Trigger says no problem. All right, Trigger is going to give... And Jim has already volunteered 2 ATT 20, so I got those on hold in case we need them. We may not need them, but if we do. You know what? Trigger, hold your 15, and Father Ron has a 10. I would rather use a 10, so we can start getting rid of those. Perfect. Father Ron, 1 ATT 10. Bam. Hippo, you are now level 6, ATT 12. You might be 13. I know you're not 14, but I'll double check. So I know your base is 6. I know you're level 6. Pretty straightforward. You're ATT 12, but you might be 13 if you've combined one of each wild card. So double check that. You can look in your inventory. If you have 4 wild cards, you know. And then look at the category. It says ATT plus 1. We may have already combined it. I combined it for some of you guys. Some of you guys that had 4 wild cards, I went in last week and just upped your ATT 1. All right. You guys mind if B-Dub jumps in so she can go back to sleep? Any objection? Because I know she worked till like really, really early in the morning. And hers is pretty easy too. It'll take all of 10 seconds. All right. Bonnie, you finished out the end of Crimson Cove at 37,025. And without using any potions, you were top 4 in most items used. You were up near the top at extra incentives, whether it's XP, decision making, etc. I've got you at a total of 66,525 without using a single potion. And I know you've got a good assortment of potions, but there's no, in my opinion, there's no use using any of them because it's not going to get you to the 60,000 that you need to go up one additional level. So I would recommend hold tight at 66,525. Burn a couple ATT. If you have 15s, I'd use the 15s, but let's double check. Nope. Burn a couple of the ATT 20s. And I've got you at level 7. So we'll burn 2 20s, leave you at 66,525. Keep the XP potions on standby because you guys might need them if you don't get the 60K that you need for the island. And again, those of you that showed up late, I know Bonnie just showed up, Will showed up. When you guys go into a new chapter, the experience points available are the difference between what your next level up is and what your current level up is. So for example, the island is going to have 61,000 XP available if you guys do everything that you're supposed to do. Now we know there's other ways to get it. Lotus ring, potions, items used. So you can go above that. But the base for the island is 61,000. So if you fail on a couple bosses, you're going to be behind the curve. And that's where the items used, decision making, so on and so forth help out. So having a few potions on standby is certainly not bad. Having 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, some of you do. But you'll get the opportunity to use it at some point. But this, because of the raid, Bonnie would have had to use probably a couple potions if it weren't for the raid. So many of you, at least probably 15, the raid kept you from using any potions. Some people needed the raid. Some people was just cake. So, all right. Congratulations, B-Dub. I've got you at 7. That puts your ATT 6 plus 7 is 13. I know you're at 15. And as stated before, you, Jim, Rocket, not pretty close, in the ballpark of ATT 16. You still got a little ways to go. So you guys can see the work that you got to put in order to get that next ATT. So, but comfortably at 15 and within some striking distance of the next ATT 16. So, congratulations. All right. Who do we have next? We got B-Dub leveled up. Who is ready to go so you can go out and start enjoying the weekend, or at least today? Yeah, you know, some need wild cards, some need some Neuro Thread. Some need a few more brains. All right, Busy Bee. Okay, Busy Bee was right there. Busy Bee and Football Master, I think, were the two closest when they leveled up the last time. So Busy Bee, you came in at 32,150, which it's a long way to go, right? That's the maximum that you needed to get there. So Busy Bee was in the top 10 of most items used. Busy Bee is one of those every week when we go through inventory and items used in raids. Busy Bee is up there amongst the leaders. So that was a nice bonus for you. So Busy, you went from 32,150, heavily involved in the raids, but still, because you barely made it last time, you were still a little short. I had you coming in at 60,650. But because of some of the rewards, double check me on this, I had you with 2 XP 1000s and an XP 2000. So if we burn those 4,000, Busy Bee, I've got you at 64,000. Actually, we don't even need to burn those. Sorry. Yes, we do. We do. Let me get my count right. If we burn those 4,000, I've got you at 64,650. And then we can use 2 ATT 20s. And that will move Busy Bee up to level 7. So congratulations to Busy Bee getting the engineers up on the board. Level 7. Now it's barely, right? So you got some work to do to get to level 8. I'm going to be honest. You guys had a pretty good 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, pretty good rating. But I think when you get to the island, it's going to take a little bit more. So Busy Bee is base of 6, level 7, puts her at 13. I know she's leveled up her ATT at least once, so I know she's at least ATT 14. So congratulations to you. All right, where's Beasley? The other half of the killer bees. Now, Beasley, you had a little bit more leeway, but not a lot. Sheila ended up at the last level up event. She was 33,500. So you had a 1,500 XP cushion. Not quite the inventory. And I know everybody's got different levels of inventory. But slightly outside of the top 10 as far as consumables used. But nonetheless, Sheila still brings it. So, Beasley, I had you going up to 62,500. About 1,500 short. But again, I've got you sitting on 2,000 XP and another 2,000 XP. So 2 1,000s and 1,000. So all we have to do is burn the 2 1,000s, and that's going to get you 64.5. So once we get you to 64.5, we take out a couple of those ATT 20s. So 2 ATT 20s leaves you a couple. You're still in good shape. You got a couple for the next level up event. So Beasley, I've got you going from level 6 to level 7. Your new total 64,500, and we'll take out 2 XP 1000s and 2 ATT 20s. So if you guys are just tuning in, Amy level 7, Animal level 6, Anthony level 6, B-Dub level 7, Busy level 7, Bloodfish 7, Dahlstrom from 5 to 6, Dimes from 6 to 7, Football Master 7, Gemstone up to 7, Hippo from 5 to 6, Julia up to 7, Moonshot 7, Mist 7, Ocean Man 7, Beasley 7, Trigger and Valar both 7 as well. Some people, they're 10, 15,000 ahead, and they have some potions in the bank. Some people are barely by the slightest of margins. B-Dub, you're here, and I have not seen Amanda yet. So speaking of slightest of margins, Amanda was right there in that category as well. So, are you okay representing Amanda and giving her the info? All right, so I'm going to go over, and look, I mentioned this to you guys. Not everybody can be here every single week. You know, I know Tommy missed last night. I know Ben missed last night. Amanda a couple weeks ago. Things come up. We have raids, we have potions. But sometimes it's going to put you a little bit behind the curve. Amanda was in that category. Amanda was comfortably 2,000 over in XP. She was level 6. And then missed one of the raids. So, but when she was there, the item use, the involvement, everything top notch. Right there with everybody else. So she went from 34,100 to under the curve 59,100. 5,000 short of leveling up to level 7. Now, fortunately for Amanda, in one of the box openings, she had gotten an XP 2000. So I know many of you with the raids, right? You got the 1000, and then you got 2 of the 1000s, and then you got a 2000. So Amanda had used one of the 1000s. So she was coming into the raid. She had a 1,000 and a 2,000. And for most part, you'd think you'd be pretty comfortable. But in one of the box openings, I don't remember when it was, might have been a week ago or 2 weeks ago, she had gotten another XP 2,000. So talk about close Those two 2,000s plus the 1,000 is exactly the 5,000 she needs to take her up to 64,100. So Amanda, barely, if you're listening to the playback, all XP potions burned, and we're going to go with 2 ATT 20s. And congratulations, you got there the hard way. But see, that's the thing, right? You can take a vacation every once in a while. I mean, you guys keep a couple potions. If you get one in a bundle every once in a while, use them smart, and then something comes up, family issue, or you're traveling or something, and you have to miss a raid, you still don't get behind. And Amanda's a prime example of that. Going from level 6 to level 7, it was super, super close, but congratulations. And that will also take her from ATT, whatever she was. I know the base is 6, 7 is 13. That will level her up to ATT 15. I know she's leveled up her ATT twice. The wild cards and also the wild cards and the threads. So congratulations. Unforeseen, the newest member of the Sniper Level 7 Club. Valar's there. Trigger's there. Moonshot is there. All right. Who do we have next in the stream? Father Ron, I think you said you wanted to go, right? There's Amanda. What's up? Yeah, and once again, I know I told you guys it was going to start at 2. I just had a little extra time this morning, and I wanted to get an early jump on it so you guys can kind of get back to the rest of your evening and have like some sunshine and not the middle of the day. So, yeah, we did start a little bit early. We're almost done. We've got a few more people to go through. And then my goal is to start around 1 o'clock tomorrow, maybe 3 hours. But we're only doing 30 boxes tomorrow. That is the cap. That's the limit. So if you guys get them in advance, get Kel the box number so that way she can set up the order and we will breeze through them super, super quick. All right. Father Ron. Ron, you're starting to scale up a little bit. And what I mean by that is I think you were slightly under going into one of the events, maybe right before Crimson Cove, but you got that boost and you came into Burning Bay at 36,355, and I think you had I would say Father Ron is probably one of the recent all-stars. You guys don't have to agree with me, but once again, I'm looking at a 50,000-foot view of all the gameplay and the decisions and the moves and things behind the scenes. Ron has stepped up in Burning Bay. And I'm not saying he didn't step up before, but more, look at what he's doing with Vox. Him and Rocket doing a great job in Vox, right? You guys are in Vox, you think Ron's doing a hell of a job? Because I do. But certainly very supportive of his team. But, the messenger's really been stepping up, in my opinion. So, Ron, I've got you at items used, extras, decision-making, all those things factored in. I got you coming in from 36,355 to 65,355. Don't need a single XP potion. You're there. You don't have to burn a single XP. 65,355. And you can let me know how you want to get this 40. You did use one of your ATT 10s a minute ago. You still got 3. So Ron is going to use 2 15s and a 10. So that's 2 10s he's used because he gave one away, and 2 ATT 15. So congratulations, Ron. Base of 6, add 7 to it, that's 13. I know he's leveled up at least once, so I know he's at least 14. I don't know about the second one with Ron, whether he may have leveled up that second one. I can't remember all of them. I'll have to go back and review. But if he did have the threads and everything and all the wild cards, then that would be ATT 15. If not, he's probably very close. All right. Who else do we have? I saw Will pop in a little bit ago. Will, are you with us? Where's Will the Bill? All right, if you have not went yet and you're here and you're ready to go, let me know. All right, I see Nixie. All right, Nixie, I see you up there. Okay, Nixie, you came in at level 5, and you're kind of in that middle area, right? You were 25,100. Pretty good spot. Again, you have been very active in the last 4 raids. So I've got you adding a total between the success from the raids, items used, experience decision making. We added 28K to it. So I've got you jumping from 25,100 to 53,100. And still about 11,000 down from that next level up. So no need to use any experience point potions. However, that does take you from level 5 to level 6. And not too far away from kind of bridging that gap to get up to level 7. So level 5 to level 6, Nixie, without using a single XP potion. And let's see. Wow. You know, Nixie, you weren't as far off from getting to level 7 as I thought. I just looked at your experience points potions. Wow, you almost made up the gap to get 2 levels. And going from that level to the next one, I think you have a strong chance of making up that gap at the island. Because you're about 11,000 short of going up from 6 to 7. But go through and add up your experience points potions. It's a lot closer than it looks. So you're only a couple thousand down. I think you might be able to make that up in the island. You guys have a good island campaign, and she keeps these experience points potions. She may be able to jump up that 1 additional level. And that's a big level. So, Nixie, I've got you going from 25,000 to 53,100, going from level 5 to level 6. And no, it would not have, you couldn't have leveled up the last time because 3,000 of those potions you guys got in this campaign for either the Ann fight or the Blackbeard fight? Because you were a little bit short last time. You were a couple thousand short last time. Yep. Everything's calculated. So I've got you, that's a pretty big jump from 25 all the way to 53-1, and not too far from jumping up that next level. So still level 6, but a huge, huge dent in going up. And I would say you've got a few ATT 20, so I'd say use 2 of the ATT 20. And that's going to put you at a base of 6. Level 6 is 12. I think you've raised your ATT at least once, so you're probably ATT 13. Pretty sure you're 13. All right. Yeah, last time you were at 25-1. I mean, just so you know, you're at 25-1 last time, and you would have needed to go to 32, which is 7,000. And right now, you have a total of 8,000. So I know for a fact that even if it was off a potion or two, it still wasn't enough to go up that level, because 3,000 of that 8,000 has been awarded since you guys been on this chapter. So even if you deduct the 3,000, that would have been 5,000, which still would have put you at 30. So, and that's kind of what my recollection is. It was down about 2,000, 3,000. That's why we didn't use them. So, no, let me explain it again. The engineering necklace has nothing to do with it. The engineering necklace only helps you if you're not up to your max. So you're at your max, which is 6. And then you're level 6. So that means you're ATT 12. Now for me in this stream, that's all I care about, is what your base and what your level is. Now, in your inventory, if you have combined one of each bionic piece or 4 wild cards, which I think you may have, then it would mean that you're technically ATT 13. And then after you combine that, if you combine 20 wild cards and 5 of each thread, then you'll go up again. And I don't think you're there. So I think you're probably ATT 13 overall. But for the stream, you're ATT 12. All right, Will the Bill. You ready to roll? Oh, you should not be. Yes, absolutely do not wear that necklace. The only time you ever want to use it, because you're wasting a necklace slot. And that's either going to be damage, or it's going to be a medallion, or anything. Yes, do not wear that necklace unless you don't level up your ATT one time. But don't ever get rid of it. You guys always want to keep your class necklace, but don't wear it if you're max ATT. All right. Do I have Will? Will! If you guys are just tuning in, 5 minutes. Super, super fast. All right, I'm going to do a, who else is in the stream right now? If you guys can hear me also, give me a 999. I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. All right, Will, if you're ready to roll, give me a 999. All right, Will, yours is easy. You were level 6, but you went to the abyss. You made so many bad decisions. I've got you at negative 10,000 experience, so I've got you going from level 6 back down to level 5. So, yeah, we're good. All right, let's move on to the next person. All right, no, Will, don't leave. Will, I had you at level 6, 35,585. You actually had a very good Chapter 6 as well. You did extremely well in Burning Bay. So we're taking you from 35,585 up to 64,585. So you need to do nothing with XP. You are comfortably at level 7. So you can hold on to those XP potions. And let's burn 2 of the ATT 20. So congratulations to Will the Bill. Level 7. 64,585. Your base ATT 6 plus your level of 7 puts you at 13. I know that you've leveled up your ATT at least once, so you're at least 14. You're probably pretty close to 15. Check your threads and check your wild cards and see if you're close to leveling up twice with your ATT. You might be 15. And Will, didn't you get a sword last night that's ATT 15? Did you get the Sinister Sword? We got about a 25-second delay, so it is running a little bit slow. So Will, if you got that Sinister, then you can put the sword wax on it if you're ATT 15. So check your threads and see how close you are. Otherwise, that thing's going to be sitting on your mantle waiting. And hey, that's a D10 that you put that sword wax on there. Makes it a D15 for 2 turns. It's pretty sweet. All right. Who else has not went that's in the stream? I know we still need Fly Rod. I know we still need Rocket. I know Kel is here. I know Tommy. We still need to calculate Tommy's. So, who is in the stream that has not been called on? And the people that aren't in the stream, I'm just going to message them or level them up behind the scenes. So, Trigger, are you okay with taking notes for Fly Rod? Because his is very easy too. If so, I can give you the numbers, but he doesn't need to do anything. All right. So first of all, I want to congratulate Fly Rod for being the first level 7 tank in PDL history. Fly Rod was level 6. He was 35,550. I will tell you, Fly Rod is legit. He knows his role. He does it efficiently, respectfully, no questions asked, jumps to the front. Last week when the group was getting ready to take off, he was one of the people who said, no, I want to stay. I don't care if missiles are coming in. I'm going to stay, and we're going to kill this guy. Fly rod is 64,550 without using any XP potions. So we're going to use 2 ATT 20s. And congratulations, Fly Rod. First tank to go up to level 7, 64,550. And we don't need to use any potions except the ATTs. So great job. Take care of your tanks, everybody. Believe me, you'll be glad you did. They've already taken some damage and used some cooldowns and helped the group on multiple occasions. Not every fight is going to be perfectly geared for a tank, but when they're up front, the odds of them getting hit are better than the others. So, great job to our tanks. All right, who else do we have? I know, Kel, let's do it. Kel, yours is pretty easy. Kel was level 6, and actually, Kel was up there with Trigger for the top XP at the end of the last chapter because she had used some potions. So Kel was at 38,500. So she had about a 6,000 point cushion. Very active, involved, all up there with the leaders. Kel, I got you going from 38,500 to 67,500. You as well. No potions needed. All we need to do is 2 ATT 20s. And you are now level 7. ATT 13. You might be ATT 15. So double check your threads as well. I know you're 14 with the wild cards. You might be 15 because I think you've collected the threads and the wild cards as well. So, congratulations. ATT super, super important, guys. Check it out tonight in your free time because those items tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of ATT 15 items. So I think coming into today, we'd sold 12 boxes. We already have about 5 today, so that puts us about 17. There's 13 more boxes max. Tomorrow is going to be a 30-box cap, period. No more than that. And then the next box opening we will do will be following Sunday, July 5th. Nothing next Saturday. We have a pretty big event on Friday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do the treasure map event. We're going to do a little bit of some campfire stories. You'll find out what that's going to be all about. We're going to have tier rewards for the treasure maps. We're going to have a real-life giveaway that we've been working on behind the scenes. We're going to have a dance contest on Friday night. So it's going to be a half social, half PDL event. But it will culminate into the story. So you'll see how all that works out. Hopefully, it sounds good on paper when I draw it up. It doesn't always come out the way I draw it up. But I do my best. I do my best to make it very congruent. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Then we just pick up the pieces and we do it again the next week. Okay. Last call. Anyone else here that has not leveled up? Because if we went through everybody, then I am going to wind this stream down. I don't want to miss anybody. But I'm going to do last call because a few people are not here, and we'll just calculate theirs behind the scenes. It's at least 13, Trigger. It might be 15. So his base is 6. He's level 7, which makes him 13. I know he's leveled up at least once. So, Trigger, it's either 14 or 15. All right. With that being said, everybody, questions, Q&A. I've got about 5 more minutes, and then we'll wind the stream down. B-Dub getting ready for the ATT 15. So while I'm doing a few questions, just a little bit of feedback. First of all, I think you guys did incredible last night. Last night was a lot of fun. I think there was good balance, good organization. It was a specialty raid. You guys seemed very relaxed last night. I know sometimes during the chapters it seemed like it's high pressure. I guess you know there's a certain amount of experience. But last night was almost like it was free experience. So the group was very relaxed, did a great job. I'm going to walk through the week once again. This is our level up event. So we're going to wind this down a little bit. Tomorrow is our only box opening for the week. Sometimes we do Saturday and Sunday. We're just doing tomorrow, 30 box limit. Next week is the final week of regular season of Tag Team. So we got Tag Team Monday. We got Tag Team Wednesday. Then we conclude our regular season. And then Friday night is our treasure map event. It is the first chapter of Salisbury Island. Saturday is Independence Day, so you guys have a great 4th. But then we're coming right back with a box opening on Sunday, and then we're going to start our tag team tournament Monday, July 6th. So if you're gearing your teams, you basically have tomorrow, you have a bundle Wednesday night, and then you have Sunday, and then you're going into the tag team tournament the following Monday. Single elimination. Once you lose, you're out. And you get to become a fan, and you get to pull for everybody else. And then once we conclude the tag team tournament, we're going to make an announcement on Faction Wars. We did an exhibition with Faction Wars. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of drinking going on with it, so that's probably why it was a little bit more fun. But we're going to do Faction Wars, and then we'll make an announcement. While we're doing Faction Wars, we're going to talk about the next season of Tag Team and what it's going to look like. We are certainly not going to retire Tag Team, but we are going to do Faction Wars for a few weeks and give you guys a chance to gain some experience, to gain some faction experience is going to be one of the rewards. So the better you play, the more involved you are, the more you win. Your faction is going to level up a little bit quicker. I see Deadly Dimes picking up a box for tomorrow. You got it. You are reserved. So Faction Wars is going to be a big part of, all of you guys are level 0 right now with your faction. So you do want to go out and get to level 1 because as you get to level 1, you're going to gain experience points faster than everybody else. So you see kind of, it's a give and take. It ain't going to be scaled so much to where you can't ever catch up, but the nature of the game is there are going to be ways that you guys can get a boost. I want you to compete to get a boost. So start talking about, once we get through the tag team tournament, start talking about what your strategies are going to be for winning, how you're going to play, and that's going to be some of the rewards that you guys get is instead of rewarding battle tokens, we're going to reward relics for the Faction Wars. So more to come on that. All right, everybody. I've got 240. So 240 questions. Anthony, when would I need to get a tag team partner? Anthony, I would say start talking to people right now. A couple teams are going to be together forever. They're really, really good. They love playing. They compete at a really, really high level. There's a couple teams that will probably shift and switch it up a little bit. So I would just start putting the feelers out there, find out who wants to switch up. But I'll tell you, this tag team season has probably been one of the most enjoyable and fun combinations. There's just good groups out there. So, Anthony, put the word out there that you want to play, that you're going to be competing at a high level, and let's see who wants to jump in there. But it's doubtful we will do a lot of singles. We might do a kind of like a celebrity tournament, singles and exhibition tournament or something. But I think the nature of PvP going forward is going to be faction wars, which is going to give you a chance to really build up your faction, and really sticking to tag team. Tag team to me is kind of the sweet spot of Play Dead Live. Just enough people, just enough moves to kind of keep it going. And I want to come up with some more original, more creative rewards. We got T-shirts going out. I T-shirts for you guys from last season, and I want to send out one group with the PDL mailings, but we might end up doing a couple different mailings as well. I'm going to work with Kel on some things behind the scenes and see what we can do to get you guys more stuff. All right. Hey, just as a last shout out, thank you guys. If you guys are loving the game, if you guys like what we do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up and give me a 999 in chat. Always love to see the feedback and hear everything from you guys. It is an absolute pleasure judging, navigating, creating, and conducting the game for each one of you. I enjoy it. Not every item we create is perfect. Not every PvP match is perfect. Not every scenario goes as planned. We all have some opportunity. But I will tell you, I really enjoy it. I see B-Dub. Congratulations, everyone. Love this army. I could not have said it any better. And if you guys are on the fence, message Kel, because I think we're down to about 10 boxes right now. So, but even if you don't pick up a box, do me a favor. Hang out with us tomorrow. Hang out, casual chat, check it out. We'll have a good time. See how the items are mixed up. The Emperor... Anthony's already got 4 boxes lined up. So I'm very curious to see what Anthony picks up. That's going to be a pretty huge jump. So if you guys need a tag team partner, I might tag team partner with the man that just picked up 4 boxes. I mean, he's going to be geared. So, yeah, Anthony, if I was playing, I'll hit you up, man. I could use a geared tank as a tag team partner. But in all seriousness, thank you so much for everything that you guys do. I am going to, I will have my phone if you guys want to message me, but in all honesty, I'm getting ready to go out in the backyard, and I'm going to jump in the pool, and I'm going to take about 4 or 5 hours and just relax. I need it. I need kind of a relaxing day, because between streams and construction and vendors and internet providers and wall builders and landscapers and just stuff, I'm a little burnt, so I wanted to chill and relax today. I will be supercharged and be ready for you guys tomorrow. But yeah, if you want to shoot me a message, I will have my phone with me. I'll be able to answer. But otherwise, I will see all of you guys tentatively. Speaking is my third language. Tentatively, I will be ready to go by 1 o'clock tomorrow. But if it's a little bit later, then just hold tight, because we're merging some new items in there. I see Gemstone picking up, ready to go. Another box for tomorrow. So if you guys need me, shoot me a message. Otherwise, hold tight. Let's see what we have lined up for sometime 1 and 2. Let's say between 1 and 2. Have a great Saturday, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.